What comes to mind when I say gallery? Art, right? Now some say that art is the creation of visual, auditory, as well as performing arts. Others do say that it's an expression of thought, emotion, and intuition. Now that is the Zimbabwe National Art Gallery, and a lot of artists have expressed their thoughts, their emotions, their intuition in that gallery. Chief among them, Colin Madamombe, Agnes Nyanongo, Dominic Benwera. But today, the art is not inside the gallery, it's outside. Hello and welcome to the 2019 Range Rover Sport. One of those vehicles you fall in love with just by looking at it. But how is it to drive? Is the interior worthy of its price tag? And has Land Rover stayed true to the Range Rover Sport's off-road heritage? All these questions will be answered in this review. The Range Rover Sport was first introduced in 2005 as a trendier, more accessible alternative to the full-size Range Rover. This allowed the bigger model to move further up market, while the Sport competed with cars like the Porsche Cayenne and the BMW X5. The current model, launched in 2013, is the second generation of Range Rover Sport, while the original model was based on the same platform as the Land Rover Discovery, and was massively heavy as a result. This model is all aluminium and significantly lighter. That improves the vehicle's performance on and off the road. The Range Rover Sport has got an infotainment system to die for. Now these three screens here are supposed to give you information, like the instrument cluster here is giving you information on the speed that you're traveling, the terrain that you want to choose. You've got your infotainment system here that, well, just look at it. It's really, really good. You've got your media, you've got your park assist settings there, you've got your rear view cameras. Everything is just put in this immaculate 12.1 inch screen. Got your media as well. You can connect your phone to the infotainment system through Bluetooth. There's Apple Play as well as Android Auto on this. And the good part about this infotainment system, you can actually change the settings of the screen. If you want it in dark mode or light mode, takes a bit of time to change. But yeah, you've got this. If the angle is not quite good for you, you can actually change it, as you can see there. It's awesome. And this is good because the quality of the screen is good, yes, but the reflection, if you're going into the car, could be a bit of a problem for you. So if you're to tilt this at an angle where the light doesn't disturb your view of the infotainment system, it'll be awesome. So that's the first part. The second screen is mainly for your vehicle. You can change your drive terrain. You've got snow here. You've got rock and mud, you've got sand over here as well. And you can actually put your car into eco mode, and that will help with the economy, with the fuel economy. Not that this car actually consumes a lot of fuel. It's really quite good on the road, but a little bit extra there from Range Rover. You can also, the climate control is also controlled here. You can adjust your climate control. You can also have your settings for this particular screen. So everything you need is there. You've got a bit of dials to change your temperature and the fan speed there. Pretty good. Then we move on to the instrument cluster here. You've got your digital instrument cluster. You get your information, whatever information that you're looking for. That is your tire pressure, your oil. You don't actually have to open the bonnet to get that information. You get it right here on the screen, which is very good. You can actually adjust the height of this car depending on what terrain you are in, because these little buttons here, one to lift the suspension, the other to decrease the suspension. You've got hill descent here, and this knob is very important here. Why is it important? If you're towing a trailer, you can actually switch this dial to tell your trailer where exactly you want it to be, so it doesn't just swerve around when you're driving. And then you've got your gear lever over here. It's really cute gear lever. In terms of storage spaces, there are plenty of storage spaces here. You've got one big storage space right here. In the other trims, it is supposed to be a cooler box or a fridge here, but this one seems not to have it. You also have USB ports, you've got HDMI port as well, a micro SD port, and a 12-volt power output right there. You also have amazing door bins that are here, but the problem is the door bins are big, yes, but because of where the seat is and there's large door handles here, you can't exactly access your bottle from there, so that could be a bit of a problem. You also have some storage space here. You can put your bottle there, you can put it back in the door bin. It's also difficult to put the bottle back there because of the large door. You'd have to open the door to actually put it properly in there, but that is strange, especially if you're driving. You can't exactly open your door, can you? So yeah, there's another space here that is just underneath your secret compartment where you can put your stuff, and you've got a 5-volt power output here, and secret storage, so no one will ever know what you put under there. So that's awesome. Now I'll move on to the glove box. It's really quite big. You can put large amount of stuff. If it's not enough, there's a little one here where you can put your stuff as well. Something that is actually exciting is the fact that you can actually open this sunroof by gesture control. It took a couple of tries there. Thank you for embarrassing me. So do good on national television. Then the other thing is that because this is a Range Rover, there has to be a lot of quality. This car comes with a 36-speaker sound system, a Meridian 36-speaker sound system, and the sound coming out of these speakers, Hexe, they're lacquer. Fantastic sounds coming there from the 36 speaker. If you're somebody who's into music, maybe this is the car to get. You've got your window controls over here on the door. You can actually control your side rear view mirrors using this little button over here. You can lock your doors from here. Now let's take a look at this beauty here. Now what Range Rover has done is that they've made this steering wheel a little smaller just to give that sporty feeling to the car. You find that the steering wheel is much bigger on its big brother, the Range Rover. So they've tried to make it a bit sportier by making it smaller. You've got your controls over here where you can control your infotainment system and your instrument cluster. You've got lane assist control here, which is part of the driver assist packages. You've got your rear sensors that are at the back. You find your information there, or you can find your information on the instrument cluster here. And you've got this flappy paddle gearbox here that if you decide that the automatic gearbox is not exactly working, then you can actually change the gears yourself. Not saying that this 8-speed automatic gearbox is any bad, but if you decide that you want to take control of the Range Rover, then you've got your flappy paddle gear levers here. Yeah, that's it for the front seat. Let's move on to the back seat. You know we are the infinity. Oh, you know we are the infinity. If you're at the back, the first thing to come to mind is that, is there enough space for you? Now, I'm not exactly a short person, but there's enough headroom for me in here. And this seat is adjusted to my driving position. As you can see, loads of room here. There's loads of room for your feet underneath the driver's seat for long rides, so that this part here, you don't have to travel like this. It becomes really uncomfortable for you if you're traveling like that. So when you want to relax, awesome. Stitching the seats here are also very comfortable. Most car makers get really cheap at the back. You find a lot of plasticky materials at the back, but Land Rover has decided that no, even at the back there's enough quality for you. And there's still a lot of leather here. The door bins as well at the back are quite huge for your drinks. Unfortunately, this model that we have has only got a dual climate zone system, so you won't be able to control the climate at the back. But you have air vents here. You can control the air circulation. You also have 5-volt power points. You've got a 12-volt power source as well here. And most models come with a 3-pin output here, but this one doesn't have. And that is meant for your laptops and your other gadgets. You also have this aeroplane type storage here for your laptops, for your iPads as well. But the one thing that I don't like about sitting at the back is this. The windows don't go all the way down, so you can't exactly put your hand there and be flamboyant and all. So that's a minus for Land Rover there. Maybe fix that. But the windows are really large for the kids. They can actually get a view of what's happening outside, the landscape and all of it. If you're going for long drives and all of that, kids will love it. Now you're asking how many people can sit at the back. Well, at the moment, with this model that we have, you can actually sit 3 people quite comfortably. As you can see here, there's no transmission tunnel, so you can actually put your feet there, so you won't exactly be fighting for space for the other passengers here. But it's not exactly as comfortable as these 2 seats here. You sit higher up, and the middle part here is not so comfortable. So yeah, it's really quite comfortable at the back. That's it for the interior. Now let's take a look at how this thing does on the road. And to help us out is our special guest. Hello, Leanne. How you doing? You good?
Hey, greetings. We're at the robot right now, so I can talk and turn in it.
Yeah. Stop looking into the camera. You're talking to me.
This
is not main news.
Also,
this is not main news. This is not the main news.
To the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, so great. What's up, Innocent? How's the Saturday, eh?
The Saturday is awesome. We're in a Range Rover 2019.
Yes, I needed the name for this car. So Range Rover 2019.
Yeah, Range Rover Sport 2019.
Oh, Range Rover Sport.
The Range Rover is the bigger brother to this.
Oh, right. Cool. I see this robot is red for you there. It's green for us. All right, here we go. It feels so smooth. It doesn't, coming from a Honda Fit into this car, it's like I'm off the ground, Innocent. Literally off the ground. Okay.
How does it feel in terms of the shift? Do you feel the shift? Is it smooth? What's going on there?
I don't know if I'm supposed to feel it. Like I'm saying to you, I'm just rolling. That's what I'm saying. You can't feel the speed of the car. And in terms of comfort, yes, my foot is hardly even accelerating as much as it would, in my car.
You're not pressing so hard.
No, I'm not. It's literally smooth, and yeah, wow. So do I then get to park this car and give it back?
What, you wanted to take it home?
No, this is going home with me. I'm going to feed money, guys.
Oh, okay.
It comes with money, guys. This car comes with money, so yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about your car experiences. What was your first car?
Great. So my first car was the Datsun 120. I know, right?
This was in 94, 95?
This was 94. I was still in primary school.
Okay.
So I would say in 2000 something. Somewhere thereabouts. So yeah, my first car. And apparently it was raining that day. As you can see, this car's got wipers, sensors, like it senses the rain. Mine couldn't. I had to put my window down. Oh, well, I had to wind the window. I had to wind the window, and I had to then use my hands to wipe.
How far did you have to go?
Well, I was driving from Pomona Wingate to Grayston Park, so it wasn't really far. At least there was no traffic, no paparazzi those days. So yeah, I was safe from the media. Safe from the media.
And that was your first car?
Yes, that was my first car.
And you moved on to a...
I moved on to a Chariot. Yes, which I then later had to get rid of because it was boiling. Every time I had to park on the side of the road and wait for it to cool down or carry Shigubu Momota, those 2-liter Zoe bottles of water. So yeah, I had to get rid of it and then swap and top up to a C-Class, C200.
Oh, that's better. Progression.
I don't know what happened.
From how then did we move from a
C200
from a
to
C200 to a
Fit.
Honda Fit.
You know, life happened, innocent. In life happens. But the good thing is, I'm still got my wheels.
Okay, you're still rolling.
I'm still rolling. Oh, and my Honda Fit is red, by the way, so don't mind the colors. So yeah.
But you had an experience with the C200, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Apparently, I hit a pothole. You know, like you see the thing with these smart cars, innocent is. I mean, I'm not comparing the C200 to this, but you know, like the cars, when you're driving, you can't feel the speed. So there was Ferrari drive, and I hit this big pothole. Boom! It damaged the rim, it damaged the wheel, so I had to, you know, stop and change the wheel. So yeah.
You can change the wheel.
I can change the wheel. Don't mind my nails. I can change the wheel.
Awesome. But on that day, you didn't change the wheel.
No.
What
change
happened?
The wheel, but as
happened?
you know, being Leanne, if you just stand on the side of the road and look like you're in trouble, everybody's going to stop and help you.
Everybody.
The kind couple stopped to change my wheel, so I was lucky that day.
All right, so from the C200 you moved on to your Honda.
I'm now with my Honda Fit.
How is it like?
It's okay. Well, it's good on fuel. That's the thing. You put my full tank, I can go for like 2 weeks on that full tank. That shows, innocent, I just go to work and how I'm not the errand type of person. But you can use it for errands. Highway, no, I've never used it on the highway. You see highway cars, you need these are suitable for highway driving, you know, 4-wheel drive. Yeah.
Awesome.
You know we are the infinity. Oh, you know we are the infinity. And you wanna
In nearly every aspect of performance, including ride and handling, the Range Rover Sport is impressive. The Range Rover Sport is capable of coping with terrain that will bring most crossover SUVs to a halt. Fitted with standard 4-wheel drive with drive modes that can be augmented with a low-speed transfer case, the Range Rover Sport trundles through the mud and gravel with dogged determination. It can change its shift quality, throttle tip-in, and its traction and stability controls to adapt to the road or trail surface, and even on street tires, it is capable of deep wood adventure. Whether on smooth pavement or barreling through the mud, the Sport model displays stunning capabilities, even exceeding those of the larger Range Rover. Deliberate body control and fluid ride comfort can feel more like an adeptly executed mid-size sports sedan than a utility vehicle. Acceleration is ample with a 6-cylinder power, although if you put your foot down, it takes the turbocharged 3-litre V6 engine on this model we have what seems ages to kick in. Each Sport eases through the mud or gravel with admirable determination. Selectable driving modes can alter shift quality. A Sport can even wade through up to 33.5 inches of water. I couldn't gather enough courage to test that, but according to Land Rover, it is possible, and what makes it possible is the wade sensing system. The Sport's auto program, which takes the burden of figuring out those modes and situations, is just the start. It can cruise over obstacles that fit under its axles with its 9.3 inches of ground clearance, or it can let all its guard down and let its tires spin while it drifts through the dunes in the sand mode. Now Mungu calls this a Land Rover Range Rover Sport. A mouthful, isn't it? Let's just keep it at Range Rover Sport. Look at this thing. It's bulky, it's strong. It's meant for the off-road. And that's exactly what we did, as you can see there. We took this thing off-road and boy, oh boy, did this thing perform. It did perform. With a host of terrain assist in that car, it was easy just to go through this. But we're not talking about off-roading here. Let's talk about the design itself. I don't know, maybe I'm falling in love with this thing because it's in black. I love black, especially this metallic black here. It's amazing. 20-inch rims there. They would look better if we washed them because there's a bit of dirt there. You've got this side vents here which are fake. There's nothing that goes through here. It's just design, but it makes it look good, doesn't it? It does. You also have some air vents right on the top, some indicator lights on the rear view, side rear view mirror there. So this car here, yeah, it is imposing. It is for off-road. Now there's something that is as good as the infotainment system inside there. It's the boot. I mean, you're asking, what's so exciting about a boot? I mean, you just throw stuff in there. First things first, 780 liters. 780 liters. You won't be worried about where you're going to put your luggage. You won't. There's enough space here. Unfortunately, there's not enough space there because they've decided to put a spare wheel. Why couldn't they be like the Land Cruiser L200? They had the tire right underneath there. You got a bit of hooks there if you want to put your stuff, tethering points as well. A 12-volt power point here if you want to hoover the back here. It's really quite good, but what happens if you've got something really heavy that you want to put in the car? I mean, this car is really, it's tall. It's going to be a stress on your back. Range Rover has thought of it. Just by the push of this button here, the suspension lowers really low. You can lift your luggage really quite comfortably and just roll it across into your boot. And there'll be extra space for you in this boot, eh? If you just drop those back seats there, that's extra space for you. So you're not worried about space because Range Rover has got you covered. But are you going to travel like this? No! They've put another button here to lift the suspension. Great, huh? Yeah. You want to tow something? What should I do? There's no tow bar. What will I do? Range Rover said, don't worry, son. We've got you covered. It's right there. Now, if you're like me and you're lazy and you really don't like pulling the boot down, the boot lid down, well, don't worry. They've thought of you again. Another button. Voila. That's it about the boot. If you ask me if I should buy this car, I would definitely buy this car. The Range Rover Sport. It's an amazing car, a lot of driver assist packages packed in there, and it's something that you would definitely consider at the end of
the Land Rover Range Rover Sport.
What are you doing here?
Baba, a whole show without me.
Mungo, I told you that we're going to be reviewing a Range Rover Sport. Did I not tell you that?
But you didn't tell me it was the Range Rover Sport. Ha! Range Rover Sport, my guy.
Now you're just looking for excuses now.
What excuses?
This is an excuse.
This ends now.
Okay, fine. In other reviews, you'll be in it. You want to drive it?
Of course I'm going to be driving it.
You're going to be driving it?
Yeah.
Why are you so sure that you're going to be...
You reviewed it, I drive it. In fact, I'm taking it home.
Wait, let's talk about it. You can't be taking it.
You know where you can find this car?
Punjab. And where do you find Punjab Motors? Along Robert Mugabe, just after the intersection between Robert Mugabe and Chiremba Road. You'll find their car sales there.
Right, so that's it for Mugaris.
That's it for
I
Mugaris.
hope you had a great time, a swell time reviewing big car, small car, good car, cute car, everything.
Why do you call every car small car? Like, let's go. What do you need a bigger car for? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Big car. You did that last week with the GL.
Did I say I'm driving?
Yep.
I am.
Yeah, that's it.